Which I think goes to the reason why I'm advocating for not having
Let's say, if we don't have this, if we don't do it this way, guys, I can tell you right now where they're all gonna end up. So I just think if we get to that situation, I'd be more than happy to, we don't get a qualified applicant, but we can talk about it, but I don't see me changing I think that's something that's important.
How do you feel about a minimum score requirement? But we don't know the score yet.
Yeah, if we get a merit, and someone can't hit a single merit point, then we can build something in on that, or.
Well, I think the problem is at a single merit point, it's at some point, I mean, like if we've got 10 items and they're all 1 through 10, theoretically that's 100 points possible. We've got to say is 50 good enough? Because we've got to have some way to say, just because you met the initial applicant process and the initial documentation required, does that mean you can get one?
I think once we come up with our merit score, we'll be able to look at that a little bit closer.
Right.
So this may not be the time to decide that today, but I think that once we get our scores and how we're going to score, then we can make that decision. Because, I mean, just because your application comes from one area doesn't mean it's going to be great either. So we got to have a minimum. We may not get any good applications. You never know. We just don't want to fund facilities, allow licenses to these facilities if they can't.
I would agree.
Totally. So we're gonna, we got back on there. Oh, when all available licenses within each pool have been issued, the commission shall remove all unselected applications from the list of reserved applications in the pool and notify applicants. Can applicants go back in after they've been denied? Can they go back in to correct?
No. So these would
Get
be.
one shot?
Right. These would be applicants that would kind of fall in line, that their scores,
So what if the need became so great and we had to go on and open all 8 facilities? And
It'd be a new process.
It'd be a new
right, you
process.
start over. So
Okay.
you send notice out that you will accept applications and you
And then
go
they
through
could
the
go back
process
in
again. If you want, right, you could build in rules to say that they can't for a certain number of years, or you could just let them go back in. I don't think there's anything that, says denial, revocation, but not denial.
That would just be if we had issued them a license and now
And it was revoked
they had
for
done
cause.
something, and
Yeah.
whether ABC or we've had to go through the revocation process.
Right, they can't go back in.
Then they couldn't go back in. But just because you didn't get selected, if you're the 6th best, and we reopened a 6th,
you could go back in.
cultivation facility, would they automatically go back in, or would we then just open up? It seems like we need to open up a new application process, and they would have to reapply.
Right, I think you take the ones, you would have this grouping for these 5 that you're gonna have. And so you make sure that all 5 of those
Got
get
filled.
to where they're going and they're filled. In the event, you keep the backups from this same process.
Okay.
In the event they drop out, they can't open, and then you would go there. But if you start the process all over again,
After
the
we filled them,
next
yeah.
3,
Yeah,
it would be a new
process.
situation.
Okay.
So I know